Hello, Jaygensillysock here, back after over a year with my Oscars 2020 predictions. I'll be going through many different categories, including Best Picture, Best International Film, Best Animated Film, Best Documentary Film, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay, Best Original Song, Best Original Score, Best Cinematography, Best Sound Mixing, Best Sound Editing, Best Editing, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, Best Hair and Makeup, and Best Visual Effects. Let's start off with Best Picture. The front runners seem to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, The Irishman, and 1917. As much as people think they may finally give Best Picture to a foreign language film, I don't think Parasite will win, as they still have their Best International Film category, which it will be a major contender in. I also don't think The Irishman will win Best Picture, as it didn't win any Golden Globes, and people are getting more hyped about 1917's chances. That definitely have improved since the Golden Globes in its cinema release, but can it beat the competition? Quite possibly, but I think it will be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that will win big.
It's official, old buddy. And has been.
Yes, I do know that a Quentin Tarantino film has never won Best Picture, and that Hollywood hasn't had as good a reception as some of his other films. Despite this though, I feel that this version of the end of the golden age of Hollywood is one that will delight the Academy and that will ultimately get it the votes it needs to win Best Picture. Next up, we have Best International Film, Best Animated Film, and Best Documentary Film. At this point, I think it's obvious that Parasite will win Best International Film.
뭐야, 소독해? 상금 받아.
나도 봐. 공짜로 집안에 소독도 하고.
The only film that I could see beating it is Pain and Glory, but I feel that this is very unlikely. I think it will be Toy Story 4 that will win Best Animated Film, just like Toy Story 3 did.
I want you to meet Forky!
Hi.
Hello! Hi.
Despite the Golden Globes win, I still think Toy Story 4 will win here and not Missing Link. For Best Documentary Film, I think American Factory will win.
Doing the same thing over and over again, that wears on your body and your soul.
But I wouldn't be too surprised to see Forsama winning either. Now we have Best Director. As much as I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood will win Best Picture, I don't think it will win Best Director. Neither will The Irishman. Instead, they'll give the Oscar for Best Director to Sam Mendes for 1917.
There's only one way this ends. Last man standing.
I think because they won't give 1917 Best Picture and they still want to honour it, they'll give it Best Director. What better way to honour it than to give an award to the guy who came up with the idea? I also think they may see Mendes' direction as more impressive, as he has to keep a continuous flow between the actors to keep the illusion of real time. Next up is the acting categories. I think the choice for Best Actor is pretty easy, that being Joaquin Phoenix for Joker.
One small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
I think that the intensity and the unpredictability that Phoenix brings to the role has really impressed the voters, as well as how, even at times, the viewer feels sympathy for Arthur. I don't know if a different actor would have been able to get the right balance. I think the only competition he could face is from Adam Driver for Marriage Story, or Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, although Phoenix is definitely the frontrunner. I think Best Actress is another easy guess, that being Renee Zellweger for Judy.
And the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.
She has astonished critics with the accuracy of her performance as Judy Garland. Even her singing is like Garland's. The Oscars are also quite favourable of her biographical performance, which only increases her chances of winning. Zellweger's main competition is probably Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story and Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, but she is a safe bet to win here. Best Supporting Actor is slightly harder to guess, as all 5 nominations are strong choices, from Tom Hanks to Al Pacino, but I think it will be Brad Pitt that will win this for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That your son? No, it's my stunt double, Cliff Booth.
He's already beaten out the exact same lineup of actors at the Golden Globes, and his performance is getting unanimous praise from a variety of different critics, so he's definitely the most likely to win. In terms of the Best Supporting Actress category, Laura Dern will probably win this for her role in Marriage Story.
What we're gonna do together is tell your story.
Not only does the film give her an opportunity to display her acting skills, but you'd think the Academy would want to give an award to a veteran with a career of more than 40 years, rather than to one of the newcomers. Her main competition could be Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit or Florence Pugh for Little Women, but I think that Dern is the one they're most likely to give the award to. Up next is the Screenplay Awards. For Best Adapted Screenplay, they'll probably give this to The Irishman, as they'll want to give it some recognition.
We'll bring you back after you get your car.
Yeah.
It's one of the most Oscar-nominated films of Martin Scorsese's career. They're definitely gonna give it something. For Best Original Screenplay, it's harder to say. Maybe they might use it as an opportunity to honour Knives Out, or give Tarantino his 3rd original screenplay win, but I think this one's gonna go to Parasite.
아 잠깐. 제시카 외동딸 일리노이 시카고 과선배는 김치모 그는 이사촌.
Considering its 99% Rotten Tomatoes score and being the 26th best movie of all time according to IMDb, they're definitely going to give something big to Parasite, and I reckon that this will most likely be Best Original Screenplay. Now we have the musical awards. It's safe to say that after the Golden Globes win, Elton John will win Best Original Song for I'm Gonna Love Me Again. Elton John and Bernie Taupin have reunited. Yeah, the Oscars are gonna like this one. For Best Original Score, the 2 most likely winners are Joker or 1917. Watch these 2 clips, one from 1917 and one from Joker, and think which one has the most original sounding score and sounds the most iconic. don't know what you think, but as much as the composers have both done a great job with both of their pieces, I think it's got to be Joker that wins this one.
The clown.
Now we have the rest of the categories. I'm going to go through these quite quickly. I know everyone has said this, but 1917 will definitely win Best Cinematography. Its one-shot aesthetic is unlikely to be beaten by anything else, not even the black and white cinematography of The Lighthouse. I think that Best Sound Mixing will go to Le Mans 66 as some way to acknowledge its achievements.
You're gonna build a car to beat Ferrari with a Ford.
Correct.
And how long did you tell them that you needed? 200-300 years?
90 days.
I think that Best Sound Editing will go to Joker, mainly to bunk up its award so the Oscars can show how much they appreciate a different kind of comic book film. I think that Best Editing will go to Parasite, mainly as another way to honour Bong Joon-ho's genre-bending film. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood will win Best Production Design, as the set pieces are vital to how they show 60s Hollywood.
Line. Cut! Embarrass yourself like that in front of all those goddamn people!
Best Costume Design is how the Oscars will award Jojo Rabbit.
Jeez, that was intense.
What am I going to do?
No idea.
Got it! I will
Burn down the
negotiate.
house and blame Winston Churchill. We'll negotiate.
The vibrant costumes really set the tone for the film, among other things, and I think that the Academy will recognise this and ultimately give the award here. Best Makeup and Hairstyling will go to Joker.
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do.
Even though the makeup and hairstyling is mostly on Joker himself, I think it's strong enough to beat out other strong contenders like Bombshell. For Best Visual Effects, they could give this to Star Wars or to Avengers, but I think they're going to use this as another way to honour The Irishman and its de-aging effects.
Only 3 people in the world have one of these, and only one of them is Irish. You know how strong I made you? Well, those are my predictions. Comment below what you think. Do you think I'm right? Or do you have other predictions for who will win the Oscars? Jaygensillysock out.
What is this? CSI KFC?